Good morning, dear students of class 8. Welcome to the English online learning class. Today we are going to further continue with the lesson overview, the treasure within. So first let's have a quick recap of what we did in our previous classes. So this lesson is an interview which is based on a conversation between Bela Raja, who is editor, guidance counselor, child guidance counselor, and special educator. And HAFEEZ Contractor is one of India's leading architects. Now, the lesson begins with the interviewer asking the interviewee. Interviewer is one who asks questions in the interview. And interviewee is the person who replies to the question. Here, interviewer is Bela Raja and interviewee is HAFEEZ Contractor. So, Bela Raja is asking HAFEEZ Contractor about his childhood days. Now, HAFEEZ Contractor replies that in the first and second year he was a good student, but in the third year he lost his interest in studies. When he reached third class, he lost all his interest in studies. Now, he was very much scared of maths. He had bad dreams, terrible nightmares. Nightmares are dreams that he is appearing in maths examination and he does not know anything. Now, HAFEEZ, who is India's leading architect, as a schoolboy, till class 2nd, he was fine. But when he reached 3rd standard, he lost all interest in studies. He was bad at languages and mathematics. And he used to have terrible nightmares. He used to pass in every test in the exam by copying. And when he reached class 11, he was given an advice by the principal. And the principal said that we have been taking care of you till now. But you are a good student, you have never studied. But now we will not be able to take care of you because you will have to appear in a board examination. You have to take care of yourself. You don't have your father. Your mother is working very hard. Now you must really become serious towards your studies. Now, HAFEEZ listened to the advice of his principal and he studied hard and he was able to pass his SSC examination with 50% marks. So it was a great turning point of his life. That whole year, he would only pray, he would eat and study. He did not step out into the field for games. And he appeared in the examination with his own hard work. And he got a second class, 50% marks. And principal, he was very happy and he said, it is like a distinction. You have got these marks out of your own hard work. Now, he had a very different style of learning. He used to learn things by forming pictures in his mind. Now, after SSC, he had to look for admission because till now he was only interested in playing. And when in class 11th he studied hard, he got 50% marks. Now he wanted to take admission in a college. But he could not get admission in the field of architecture. When Bela Raja asked him, how did you get into the field of architecture? He said, in architecture, students who got 80 to 85% marks only could be admitted. And HAFEEZ had only got 80% marks. His aunt wanted him to, he wanted to join army, but his aunt didn't want him to join army. His mother didn't want to join him to join the police force because he wanted to join the police force. So now he couldn't join army, he could not join the police force. Now, mother advised him that he should do only graduation. So he had to take admission in Jai Hind College. He had only got 50% marks. He took admission in college by influence. Somebody influenced the principal and used power to get him admitted because he had got a low score. Now, there was another problem. He had to take French or German, either. There was this choice of either French language he had to take or German. Although he had studied French in school, but he did not know anything. So he decided to take German. But after some time, his German teacher died, and now he had to take up French. So there was no option. He had to take French because a German teacher had died. So he used to go to his cousin sister's husband's office, who was an architect, and he used to study French there as they used to help him in teaching French. Now, there in architect office, he saw somebody was drawing a window detail, and window detail drawing is a very advanced drawing. And Hafeez was sitting there, seeing how he was drawing this window detail. And he said, "Your drawing is wrong. This window would not open." He then had a bet with me, that person who was drawing the window detail. And later he lost that bet. He found that his drawing was wrong and whatever Hafeez was saying was right. Now, her cousin sister's husband was looking at all this and he was very much surprised. He asked Hafeez to draw few specific things, which Hafeez did very quickly, immediately. Now, Hafeez contractor, as said earlier, he started learning French from his cousin, whose husband was an architect. So he used to go to his cousin sister's husband's office. So Hafeez contractor used to go to that office for learning French. One day, some person was drawing a window detail and Hafeez pointed out the mistake. And later, Hafeez was right. His cousin sister's husband was very much impressed. And he asked Hafeez to draw a few sketches and design. And Hafeez did it very nicely. So, impressed by his quality of drawing, his cousin sister's husband said that you give up everything and join architecture. So Hafeez then joined architecture. The architect, that is his cousin sister's husband, took Hafeez contractor to the principal of the college for architecture. But admission was impossible as Hafeez had got only 50% marks. Now, the principal allowed him to appear in the entrance test. And in the entrance test, he got A+ grade. And he was admitted. He stood first class first in all the subsequent exams. And after that, he never looked back. He had become a renowned architect. He did his graduate diploma in architecture from Mumbai in 1975 and completed his graduation from Columbia University, New York, USA on the Tata Scholarship. This is not given in your book, but it is some extra information about this big architect. Now, Hafeez contractor's special interest. as a child. He had special interests. He had special talents. This was the talent inside him. At school, Contractor was more interested in other things than study. If it rained outside, he would think of the flowing dam water into a dam. He would dream how much water the dam would hold. So this was the imagination that used to come into his mind. And every Saturday, the students were allowed to go to a movie. Hafiz was the leader and he collected money from the students to book tickets. So apart from studies, these activities he used to indulge in. Now Hafiz, a famous architect. He is now a famous architect. Coming to the present, how do you decide as to what kind of structure you want to give a client? Now, this question is being asked by Bela Raja, that you are a famous architect and how do you decide what kind of structure you are going to give to a client? I look at the client's face, his clothes, the way he talks and pronounces, the way he eats, and I would know what his taste would be like. I can relate to people in a way that would be comfortable. I sketch very spontaneously on paper on the spot and give it to the people in my office. So he watches his client's face, clothes, talks, and pronunciation, the way he eats, etc. And he comes to know their taste. And according to their taste, he draws the drawing for them, the type of design they want in their building. Call it instinct, call it arithmetic, whatever. Now it comes to me like mathematics, putting design, construction, psychology, sociology together and making a sketch from all that is mathematics. So he has given a new definition to mathematics. Now he is no more scared of mathematics. He doesn't get this nightmare because he has given a new definition to mathematics with his talent in architecture. Here we almost come to a full circle. Now you can see today Hafiz is a famous architect. And what does he say? Architect should be honest, must respond to the spirit of the times, characterized by distinct ideas and divergent preferences. So, tastes of people, what people want, it should be put into design. Now, this is a small biography of Hafiz Contractor, born on 19th June 1950 in Mumbai, Maharashtra. This is not in your book, it is extra information. Family, Parsi, Zoroastrian, nationality Indian, mother Roshan, who was a teacher, father Sorab Contractor, businessman, education, graduate diploma in architecture from Mumbai in 1975, completed his graduation from Columbia on Tata scholarship and then a post-graduation degree from Columbia University in New York. Presently, he is a member of Bombay Heritage Committee, New Delhi Lutyens Bungalow Zone Review Committee. Now you can see the buildings that he has designed. These are some of the buildings that he has designed. Orbitaria, Imperial Towers, Roberwala. So this is a message which this lesson carries. Every child has interest and expertise. Some children like mathematics while some children like English. So they should not be forced to study something they don't want. In the story, Hafiz Contractor is a successful architect. But he remembers his school days and the advice of his principal. He finally realized his taste was architecture and decided to go for the same course. There are different passion and interests for different children. Every child is a potential achiever and is unique in his or her style of learning and interest. So students, recognize what is the talent hidden inside you and excel on it. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed this lesson.